She said that's how I step on niggas.
Nah, it was like, you know how they doing the TikTok comments where it's like normal and then the font just gets small as hell. That's how she did it. She's like, that's how I step on niggas. I was like, what the fuck?
The fine print.
I like that song. That was hard. I like how she brought in Nardo. Episode 187 of the Unheard podcast, the best podcast on the planet, man. Welcome back. We got a good one in store for y'all today, bro. We're going to be having a little discussion, a little prequel, following Doechii's appearance on Playboi Carti and the Weeknd's, what's the name of the song, y'all?
Timeless. She
hopped on a remix. Then we're going to be talking new music reviews, bro. It's been R&B heavy this month, bro. We got more for y'all in store. Naomi, Sharon reviews. Cali Uchis dropped a project. SAILORR dropped a project. So a bunch of music from the R&B girls. We're going to be getting into that. Go check us out on all the socials. Go to IG, Unheard Podcast. It's the easiest Unheard podcast combined. You're going to see us. We're going to be on the cover art. Click in. Go to the link tree. You're going to find us everywhere, bro. YouTube. We posting full content on YouTube. Go check us out there. We got the X/Twitter. Check us out on there. We got everything. TikTok, the whole 9 yards. So Linktree and Unheard Podcast bio on IG. I know y'all got IG. Check us out. Follow, rate, the whole 9. Cool. I know Taj gonna cut that, but I thought that was pretty decent. Covered all my bases.
Well, we shall see.
Doechii talk.
We shall see is crazy. Did you listen to the remix?
I did. Ever since I was a kid, I've been legit. Yeah, I heard the Timeless remix, bro. Timeless. That was on Weeknd's Hurry Up Tomorrow featuring Playboi Carti. It's kind of blown up a little bit. The two are on tour. And I guess for whatever reason, Doechii, arguably the hottest rapper in the game, let alone female rapper at the time, she's decided to hop on a remix. What did y'all think, fellas? Did y'all tune in? Check out Did y'all give it a listen, a spin?
I was intrigued, unfortunately. I know Taj made that ode at the beginning of the year that he was just not going to listen to things that he didn't have a good feeling about. And that's really what I wanted to do here, but my urges took over. I was seeing too much about the Weeknd Carti tour and things going awry and not really. I mean, it was really the opening night, but I was seeing some shit, go there. So I was like, let me check out this remix. It also came out of nowhere. I didn't see any promo for it. Never seen her in the studio. Never seen her link Cardi. Not even a Destroy Lonely, a Ken Carson. I don't think she's opium in the slightest. I mean, maybe it's a proxy thing with Kendrick was on the Cardi album. So now it's let me disseminate he's not even TE anymore though. So I don't know. It was pretty random. I didn't like it at all. I don't know. It didn't fit. It
was forced.
It was forced as hell. I don't know who this is for outside of Doechii, core Doechii fans. I don't know if I'll ever listen to this again. I mean, I already kind of like the song, and I can't lie. This makes me like the original song less. I can't even. This shit really brought out a little bit of hate in my heart, bro.
What does that have to do with the original?
Nah, I don't know. Nothing, bro. But I'm disappointed in the whole project now of Timeless. And I like Doechii. That's the kill. I like Doechii. And I mean, I'll get to the larger point, but you can finish your. How'd you feel, Taj?
It made sense. I thought it was just the lack of rollout. I feel like that's probably what caught a lot of people off guard. The fact that there was no rollout and you just hear Doechii, but it's a song saying ever since I was a kid, ever since I was a jit, I've been legit, Florida term, remix, falling off Billboard. You're gonna get a Florida rapper. So it's between Doechii and Kodak. Kodak is probably strung out somewhere right now, so not really much you could choose from.
Slim
Doechii's from Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa.
I did not know that. Fun fact. Nah,
that's why her whole thing is alligators. Alligator bites never heal. Alligators in the cover. It's her thing.
I don't even know if it's Doechii though. I personally, I don't really like remixes that much. The song was already made, brother. It's big for a reason. I don't need somebody else to hop on it and do their rendition. This is not getting added to the library. The remixes are so hard to get off. I think in the remix era, 15 years ago, like maybe. But nowadays, brother, I don't want to hear a remix. Like, give me some new shit.
I mean, remixes aren't really for people to like. It's not for like you to add to your playlist. It's for the shit to stay on Billboard. Like the shit was moving off the teens, fell to like the 30s on Billboard. So now they got the remix. I feel like every song does this. I think niggas just really hate Doechii at the moment for whatever reason. So the fact that Doechii's on
I
the
don't hate
remix.
Doechii. I don't hate Doechii. I
I'm not
just don't
saying
like
you. I'm
remixes.
saying like the masses as a whole hate Doechii. So it kind of became like a big thing. This happens to like Chris Brown was just on Mutt, and Mutt was already
Yeah,
a
I don't
perfect
want to. I
song
don't. I
with a
don't want to hear.
remix,
I don't
and
want to hear Chris Brown on
nobody gave
Mutt.
a fuck about Chris Brown on Mutt.
Exactly, but I never talked about him because I don't want to hear Chris Brown on Mutt.
That's what I'm
Mutt was
saying.
perfect without you.
That's what I'm saying. There wasn't like a large uproar, like despite Chris Brown and like his controversy around him. People were just like whatever, because Chris Brown isn't the most hated person right now.
Nah, but
It's Doechii.
there was some uproar though. I did see people saying like
You think it
People
was to this
shading
level?
Leon.
It wasn't to this level, but that was also a much smaller song. Like this
It's a
is Playboi
smaller
Carti
song.
Weeknd, who
It's
on
a smaller
bigger tour.
artist. Yeah.
Mutt is like top 20 right now on Billboard.
That's true, but like
it's like
it's not the
I
same.
don't know. It's not
Leon
the
Thomas is
same.
not on a world. Is not on a stadium tour right now.
Like Leon Thomas also had kind of just started, so he's not even in a position for people to be like, oh, this aligns or doesn't align with your brand. Like Doechii, like Cardi and Weeknd are like not like legacy artists, but these niggas are vets at this point, you know. So it's like the Doechii thing is just. I mean, I get it for sure. Industry side, I get it. You know, the remix, the charts, all that. I'm just saying it's nasty. Two things can be true.
Yeah, I just feel like the Weeknd has had nastier. Like nigga remixed the song from 2016 and 2022 with Ariana Grande, and nobody gave a fuck. Like, why
Hey,
you
but that
remixing a
was
song
fire.
from 2016? And
Die
it was
for
like
You?
whatever. Yeah,
Die for You is great though.
but a 6 year later remix.
I mean, it was a
Girl
little
like, yeah,
nasty.
it is what it is.
That was when he was in his Starboy, or no, the I mean, shit, that was Starboy, huh?
Yeah,
Damn, yeah, that wasn't even After Hours era. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess maybe the Weekend side of it. I just never seen like a Cardi song, and I guess Cardi was never really the main artist on the song anyway. But I don't know, just nasty work. And I guess I'm coming from a place where it's like I like
it wasn't awful, but it was just like, all right, like I heard it, I was like, no need for me to really ever press play ever again. Like it just it wasn't a great fit. Like I like Doechii. I just don't know where I don't even really know where Cardi fits into like the Weeknd puzzle. Like they have a couple songs together, but like let alone like how does Doechii fit into this already kind of funky puzzle?
That's exactly how I feel.
Cardi and Weeknd has assembled. Like it just it feels nasty from the standpoint. All right, it's just like, yeah, let's just keep this song big. Doechii's the biggest artist at the moment, so we can bring in her fan base, and then on the Doechii side, like maybe we could tap into some of that Cardi Weeknd fandom. And like, you know, it's good for everybody, which I guess business is business, but yeah, it was whatever.
yeah. I think that's the bigger thing. The Cardi Weeknd synergy isn't there. Like industry execs probably anticipated. Like early videos from the stadium tour is really like showing that off. Like it's been 2 nights so far, and both nights have kind of been like just Weeknd fans killing Cardi. And Cardi already seems to be annoyed from videos I'm seeing. So I think that synergy just isn't really there.
Yeah, it's tricky. And I guess my concern for Doechii, I'm just like, I don't want them to set her expectations like too high. And I get it. I know how the industry works. You know, you strike while you're hot. You got to, you know, push the records you can while they're there. Get as much push as possible, which is why, like, I get, like, Doechii being on a big remix. I just didn't think this would be the song. Especially when, like, her hit Anxiety is, like, sounds so completely different than anything Cardi or Weeknd would ever hop on. But I just don't know, like where does Doechii, obviously, you know, pockets are going to be lined. She's probably established a pretty solid core fan base through all of the industry plan allegations. But I'm just like, expectations wise, or like to the masses, like where does she go from here? Because like I damn near feel like her team has built her up, not like too large, but I feel like I don't know if it's like in response to the industry plan allegations or what, but I just feel like there's been so much push, and there's been all this stuff. You know, there was the Met Gala stuff last week, and obviously like she's not really in control of that. But the point is that there's like a lot of focus and attention, and I'm just like, what happens when I guess all this kind of stuff goes away, and then she comes out with the next project, and it might not, sell as commercially well or do as well as the thing.
I mean, I
I
think
see that as a
as far as
potential
the
outlet.
next project goes, it's going to sell like 5x at least what that mixtape did, because the mixtape only did 11K first week. So like she's going to sell at least 50K, and that can be spun as like a success no matter what. Uh, so I don't really think sales wise she's in trouble.
Right.
Uh, I I get the point though of like maybe they're building her up too like high, like they're too
Too
fast.
fast. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I get that point. But I don't. At the same time, it's like you kind of have to. Like she's getting hated on such a visceral level on like everything she does. You kind of have to go at that hate with just a surplus of love, or else she's gonna get like out. She's gonna be done. Like there's gonna be
Chewed up and
nothing you
spit
can do.
out.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to fluff her up with like these loving type things, or like keep her in the limelight for her talent, or like push a new music video, push a new song, push a new feature. Because she's getting hated like every week. It feels like she's trending for some random hate.
Yeah, it is wild. It is wild. It's definitely a bit of a race. I kind of see it that way. That makes sense. I'm just like, damn. Like it's no indictment to Doechii. It's more like a team thing. It's like I just don't know. Like I'm gonna be very interested to see the next rollout. I guess I'll just put it that way, and see how much they can differ. And I'm assuming they'll probably get a bigger budget, or maybe the same budget, and just see what they do, or see how they start to navigate her around the industry with different features. Because I'm just like, if that Carti Weeknd is an indicator of like kind of the stuff that she's gonna agree to and do in the future, I'm just like, I don't know if that brand is gonna really be built around her the way that it at least seemed like it was when she popped out originally. But we'll see. This is all speculation.
Good talk. Yeah, man. You got to get to the bucks, man. You got to get to them Benjamins. Like, you don't know how long you got in this industry, so I can't never hate on that aspect of it. Particularly for the up and coming acts that are trying to really get their foothold, trying to get established.
But speaking of the like the moves Doechii's going into and like management, what they're kind of pushing her into, or maybe encouraging her to do. You see the Anycia tweet that went viral. I don't know if you saw a chance. I think you're off X, which is a great idea, but
yeah, I'm off there. I can't. Elon Musk ruined that fucking app for me, son.
there's like 25% Nazis right now. It's
It
pretty
is
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
It really
I'm
is.
just like, brother. I'm not on this side of the spectrum. I don't have no idea how I'm gonna see content this radicalized. Like,
Nah, that's not my Twitter at all. Like, it's really not my Twitter. I'm seeing it under like Rockets, like Rockets highlights. Amen Thompson highlights. I'm seeing wild shit. It's like, okay.
I'm seeing like in wokeness, like they're like on my feet heavy. And just like, I like
And the
wokeness. I like being woke. These niggas want to end it, and for some reason, like they just flooded on my timeline, and I have no idea how.
Nah, the idea of woke, the way we've seen the word woke just be changed in context over the years.
Bro,
it's
just like a
it
dog
started with
whistle,
stay
bro.
woke.
It's just
Like,
a dog whistle. Exactly. Because for us, it means something totally different. But now it's just like woke is just like it's just the N word.
Oh, you're woke.
Woke is just the N word, or like to just N word sympathizers. That's what
All right. I'm sorry, I got us off track. But yes, I did see the Anycia tweet. Let me read it. Let me find it. I just, man, every time I think like industry Twitter is gonna go away, and like people will stop making these profound takes about the industry on Twitter, I'm wrong. This time I was very wrong. It was an artist. Usually you see like an A&R or somebody make like a bold take, like something or whatever. This was from Anycia about a week ago. She said, quote, "Managers be having more fun than the artists, LMAO. We be in the studio for hours, look up, and the manager be on an island drinking pina coladas, being fed grapes. What the hell?" Like, that received a lot of backlash, obviously. She kind of set up the scenario, she's in the studio working, the manager is on vacation, and it kind of just created this like everybody was like, okay, well, do you expect the manager to be in the studio, like writing verses, like cooking up the beats? Like they're
Yeah,
not,
what the fuck is the
like,
manager supposed
like
to do?
they're,
Like
like,
you go you go to a studio session, it's usually just the only people active are like the engineer, the producer, and the artist, and then everybody else is just kind of like shits and giggles, unless you may be in the writers' room. But everybody else is just kind of there, like shooting the shit,
and it really did.
spectators.
It really brought up this kind of interesting kind of just conversation around management and how kind of unknown it is because so much of it is like behind the scenes. Like it's not really a flashy thing. Not a super flashy thing. I mean, you're obviously, you have an artist with notoriety. You're on the move a lot. You can take all the cool industry pictures, but in terms of like the stuff that you're actually doing, it's not really super flashy. A lot of dirty work. And this A&R slash manager, he manages Wale, I believe, and I think is one of the heads over at this label EQT. His name is Kaz. He responded because somebody tweeted that like, oh, this is like shade to him because he like posts like on vacations a lot, and I don't know if he's involved with Anycia. I don't think he is, like her business or whatever, but he tweeted, I guess, like, let's shade the people who stay up till 4 a.m. 4 days straight working on a pitch to win a deal for their artist to afford said vacation, or the months of negotiation to get the label to agree to a recording budget big enough to enable her to stay in the studio all night writing half-baked songs, or probably having to ruin said vacation to damage control some silly shit she said online right after the pina colada is finished. I never worked with somebody like that. So it's just like all this work goes in behind the scenes. Artist kind of gets what they ask for: recording deal, recording budget, features, production. Like, God forbid the nigga have a pina colada, after all that. Like,
To
come
celebrate
on,
him.
bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro got the deal done. And I don't know, it just seemed like a very kind of tone deaf tweet because it's like, what are your managers doing if you're so mad at them for having like a vacation? And people are just like, at the end of the day, like, respectfully, like, who are you really, Anycia, to be demanding like this crazy attention from your manager? Like, I think Kaz tweeted something else, kind of just about the idea that like this entitlement era and it's just like so crazy, and artists thinking that like all this stuff needs to go into them, and when they're not really taking those leaps themselves to get to that next level, it's like they don't even realize they only have like 30 minutes in the shit. You're not, it's not easy to be a Drake, a Travis Scott, be around for a while. So I don't know. It's interesting. If you were like an artist, what type of would you want? Like the micromanagey type of manager, or would you kind of want the one that kind of is damn near just like an AI assistant, just gets all the paperwork done, gets the pitches done, gets the deals done, or would you want like the hands-on manager?
I'm pro. I'm pro just the collaboration hands-on manager, like having worked with a bunch of managers there.
Some of them are shitty, I heard.
I mean, yeah. Some are shitty. Some I mean there's managers that are like independent. They're not so managers they can work for like a larger management company, and within that management company they kind of like anybody else at a different set of company. They have like their clients. So they could be managing a bunch of different artists. And I was when I first read the tweet, I thought that's what Anicia was targeting. Like maybe she was with, but then I thought about Anicia and I was like, no, I know who was managing Anicia, and she like
Right,
fired
right.
her old management team. So it's like you weren't under this type of management, but I don't know. But at first, if I was to like play devil's advocate for Anicia, I would say like those type of managers. I can see
Yeah, that would be
why that
frustrating.
tweet. You're like, yeah, you're not a priority client, but you're my manager, so you're like my go-to.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see that. But I don't think that was true for Anicia. I think Anicia falls under the camp of like these are people I trust. I like knew of. They would help me out. Like I'm their one client. I'm always on support of that type of manager. Because they really are like what Vance said, up until 4 a.m. Like trying to make sure this is signed, trying to make sure like everything is good. When artists touch down in this city, like they're doing so much. Uh, so I am pro that manager. I think as far as like once you sign, if you sign to a manager, it's kind of like those old 2K cutscenes where it was like, choose your agent, and it was like this agent can get you a deal with Nike, but he works for a big company and he's not like your friend. or this agent can be your high school best friend. You can only sign with Reebok.
Oh yeah.
It's literally just like that. But I mean, yeah, you know what choice you make. It's like you're signing up for what you're signing up for. You sign up for these big management companies, you might get bigger deals, but like don't expect them to be in the studio locked in with you, giving input on your song. If you sign like and it's like your homie from like hometown, like yeah, they'll be right there with you, but maybe you can't get into
They don't
those
have the
larger,
connections to get,
yeah.
yeah, to talk to
So it's like a
Nike or
trade
to
off
talk
either
to,
way.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I don't know the situation, but I'm like, yeah, like if she in a situation where it's like you got a manager that don't really do shit or just like kind of just there for like the IG pics and the glitz and glam and like to brag I'm on the manager shit and just like you see a nigga drinking a pina colada, just like that would piss you off, but it don't actually have to do with him drinking a pina colada in the studio as much as just like you just don't like you feel like this nigga ain't like going to bat for you. But to Taj's point, like no, like kind of just knowing folks in the industry and kind of just hearing stories, just like yeah, the managers do take a lot of shit. Like the people who is doing the dirty work, as Vance mentioned, I think that's a good way to put it. Just like it ain't glitz and glam, and I don't think the artists want to do that shit, touch it, be near it at all, to the extent that they can avoid it. So,
And for what
I
it's
don't know.
worth, like you don't get paid as a manager until your client starts getting paid. So if you don't really have plaques or you got a viral song or two and some TikToks, it's like, nigga, I don't need this. Like I'm gonna enjoy my pina colada and find a new client if I really need to, you know. So I don't know. Best of luck to Anycia. Hope she finds a new manager, or I guess she just got a new manager. Is that the one she's complaining about? Damn, needs a
I
new
don't know. I
scouting
don't know if she was
department.
throwing shade at the ones because I know she said in the interview before that she like fired her management that she had before, and that's the only reason I know that. But I don't know if she was shading the group of people she fired before, or if this the current group. I don't know.
What prompted this tweet? Why is she so upset?
I don't
She
know.
got
I
a
think
big
she
song or
just.
something that's not going viral enough. Like, what's going on?
She
I
does
don't know.
have
I
a
think it
recent
was just.
release. I was just looking. I was trying to see what she's done because I hadn't really heard much from her since that project last year, which was solid. But yeah, she dropped the song "No Scrub" on May 9th, so Friday. So maybe she was just trying to get people to talk about this song just dropped.
So we just got baited.
Yeah,
It's
we were part of the
saturated
rollout.
right now, fam.
We're
As we're
part of
going
the
to discuss
rollout.
in the next segment, great transition. The music scene is saturated right now. Like, don't blame your manager. Like, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit flooding the streets
That's
right
hilarious.
now. Folks just grabbing onto what they can.
It's a hilarious conclusion to the tweet. Anycia, apologize. It's not their fault. Uchis just dropped. I'm sorry. I can't lie though. For
Facts.
what it's worth, quickly, that single is solid. No Scrub. Did you either of you listen? Probably not, huh? You just figured out it came out.
I just searched it.
And I saw it last night. It's actually probably one of my like more favorite songs from her recently. But
Would you play it as your unheard?
let me see. I mean, I might if I don't have a better one. Sure. Let's play it for my unheard. Anycia, No Scrub.
Yeah, as we alluded to in the last segment, bro, Anycia, it's not your fault your singing didn't pop off how it's supposed to. Like, we just had a bunch of new music this week. We had a little R&B segment a couple episodes ago. But apparently, it's going to continue, bro. We got new releases from Uchis. She dropped a full-length LP, Sincerely, Uchis. We had new music from Naomi, Sharon. She
PinkPantheress.
dropped the EP, The Only Love We Know. PinkPantheress dropped a little mixtape, Fancy
I think
That.
it's an album.
No, it's a mixtape.
Mixtape, album, whatever you
It's a
want to call it.
mixtape. I'm not
Yeah.
going for that, bro.
SAILORR dropped her debut from Florida's Finest. We even had new music on the rap side, bro. Bashfortheworld dropped. What's the name of it? Migo?
Migo in America.
Migo in America. He love that fucking word, Migo. So I guess let's start there, bro. That dropped Tuesday. We talked about the single last week a little bit with Rilo. But yeah, Bash dropped his album on Tuesday. Migo in America. That's your guy, Vance. What'd you think?
Little Cinco de Mayo drop. I can't lie. Bash just kind of evolved from like I guess that first project, it was kind of like a SoundCloud, felt very like SoundCloud era, like the beats and the production on there, and then obviously matured a lot more on the project last year. I can't remember what the name of it was. But that project seemed like he matured a lot more in the production, some of the content. And here it seems like he's almost kind of not taking a step back, but he's kind of like letting this. I'm trying to find the right expression. It's almost just like he's dialing it back and having a little bit more fun. It seems like on this project. At the same time, the production it stood out for me. He's kind of gone away from like a lot of the West Coast type beats. Seems to be a lot more on like the Dallas Southern rap type beats or kind of Detroit style beats, which is solid, which is cool. I wonder if like the increased like popularity from Big X the Plug and all these other Texas artists kind of motivated him to kind of be like, okay, maybe let me hop on some more regional shit. But that also might have just been the vibe of the album because it was loaded with features from a bunch of, I guess, I don't know if they were all Texas artists, but I know Double O Daredevil's from Texas. Is Real Slummy
Ooh, the
from
Red
Texas?
Evil.
It's Double O Daredevil.
Ooh, the Red Evil.
Okay. I don't know if Real Slummy's from Texas, but he sounded so much like
He is.
Bash. I'm going to just assume so. So I don't know. Like, it might sound a little crazy. The first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, this is like Bash's like GNX. It's like, okay, let me go back home, put the hood on, grab some niggas, throw them on the features, give them a little couple royalty checks, bring them on tour, giving them their moment. So I liked it for what it was. I'm not sure it sounds like, the next installment in like albums from the last project. And if anything, that gave me more kind of like mixtape vibes. So we'll see. I know he's like hinted at a deluxe, and the deluxe damn near looked like a second album. So I guess we'll see what happens. But overall, I like the project. I'll first listen probably a little less than I like the last project that came out. But I probably like the production more as a whole on this project.
This would feel like the prequel. Like you get Mundo, and Mundo becomes like a hit. I'm viewing it like a movie terms. Like Mundo becomes like a out of there. People are like, what's the backstory? How'd he get to a crib in the sky? How'd he become a successful guy? And then it's then Migo in America comes out, and you hear kind of like the tales of like this one is just way more street. I'm talking like more street activities, things like that. Like really actually in the street, whereas Mundo was like enjoying the successes of having made it out. So it felt like a prequel to me. Like Vance said, it's also very regional. I think all of the features were either from Alabama or Texas, except for I think Babyface E is from like Michigan or something. But everybody else is from either Alabama or Texas. So it's like very southern, very regional. I don't think it's as good as Mundo. I would say if I had to give it like a pitchfork score out of 10, I would probably say like high 6, low 7. But it's not bad. It's just I don't really care for I think it's more so me. I don't really care for the street shit that much. I did like Big Body. Big Body was really good. Oh shit. Big Body was really good. And there was another one that was really good. Hood Nigga. Hood Nigga was really good. I like that about the beat of Hood Nigga. There's like I don't know, I just like the beat. So those two were my favorite tracks, but overall, solid. Not as crazy as last year.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I thought it was a solid project. Thought there was a handful of standouts. I like when he gets on like the like the real hard production with the heavy 808s, like maybe slow it down a little bit with a little piano riff in the background on songs like, Migo, for instance. I think is a good example of that, which was one of my favorite songs off the project. I like MVP. I think he did like a Ye sample.
Flashing lights.
Flashing lights. Yeah, he did the flashing light sample on MVP, which, I thought that was solid. I like the way he came in heavy on the project. And then of course I like Problems and Answers with Uda Red Evil and of course my guy Rallo Rodriguez, who started off the song really strong. And I thought had probably the best performance on the entire project. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was solid stuff from Bash. I'm in Taj camp. I'm probably at a mid 6. I think this is solid. Um, if you're looking for some new rap, if you do like more of the street stuff,
It's a good offering.
you like that lane. It could be a decent exploration. I think Big X the plug. If you like, hell,
Almost
even
like
if you like, what's that boy name? Pink probably put a Pink 50s. What's that boy name?
Oh, wait, what? You talking about the which one?
Right, probably got
Babyface Ray?
blues in it. No.
Oh. You're talking about
$1,000
Boss
shoes.
Man
I walk
D-Lo.
on that. Boss Man D-Lo. Exactly. If you like that type of just street stuff, like just kind of fun, a little
Boss
bit
Man
of
D-Lo is a
fun.
little sillier than Bash, but
It's a terrible
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah, he's definitely.
yeah,
sillier.
I'm trying to be nice, but that's
He's definitely sillier. But I mean, if you like that type of vibe, I'm saying if you just getting into
to me it's like
to a
Texas.
I'm
thinking like Texas
to a
Key Glock.
Bash.
It's just like hard rap. Like you're gonna get Key Glock, Super Memphis. Bash is just like more Texas with it. It's a little more player, a little more, I don't know, whatever they got going on in Dallas. So
Yeah, it's cool. I just don't like how he's saying the N-word. He be saying
yeah, I wonder
it too much for
if
me.
that's gonna be like if that'll just forever like hinder him. I haven't seen anybody really press him about it yet, but I also don't know if he's at the height yet as an artist to where it'll be like a thing, or if people even really know what he looks like yet. But he was on the cover of Mundos and this one, right? Like his photo, ID photo.
He's a Migo. He ain't,
We don't know his ethnicity.
Yeah,
Isaiah
he's
Hartenstein was
Migo.
like a straight up white man, and he's 50% black. So we don't really know what he is.
This is true.
If I was
Might
him, I would
be
just
Migo fishing.
never confirm or deny. Yeah.
Like a pit bull that you can't get tested because if it bites somebody, they gotta like put it down. So you just never get
full.
the
He look full Mexican. Full Mexican. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Decent stuff from Bash for the World. Now on to the R&B side, man.
Let's
Lots of
go
R&B
to
releases.
Vance's. Let's go to Vance's other artists
Who?
in the pop lane. PinkPantheress Fancy That.
PinkPantheress. Chance, I know you didn't listen. It's okay.
I did listen. It's just like I like Pink Panther. It's cool. The music is not for me. It's a little pop. You know what? I would say one of my main take was that we do need more music like this. We need music that's age appropriate for like teenagers, like young kids.
Delegated PinkPantheress. The kids vibe is crazy.
This is the funniest.
I'm not delegating her the kids vibe, but it's like
Nigga
kids
said she makes
bedroom pop.
Caillou music.
Like
Nigga
it's just
said
fun.
she gotta be on
I can see
Disney
it being on like
XD.
on some like indie video games. You know what I mean? Like maybe on like some scenes and like some renditions of like old cartoons or something. Like she gives very much pop, bubbly, fun girl, young girl vibe though. Like as a grown ass man, not music I can take seriously personally. No hate though, no shade. It's just not for me. It was
not all
cool.
music is meant to take serious. Would you agree?
I know, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Just not for me.
Oh, you're a serious music nigga. You like to be locked in.
I'm not a
huh?
serious music nigga, but just like for me
Damn,
personally,
I wish that Party Next Door vinyl was on his wall right now. He was just saying how much he likes serious music, and an asshole just over his head. I really wish he had that vinyl up.
Nah, I get it though. I get what you're saying.
it was just like fancy that. I liked. I think "Nice to Know You" was probably my favorite song. She started off very high tech, like techno bop, like dubstep vibes almost. First couple songs, and then she kind of got more into a cadence of she slowed it down a little bit. Very much still up tempo, upbeat, very much pop. But I like kind of when she got into that pocket a little bit. So yeah, nothing I'll be revisiting though. Just me personally.
I don't think it was Kid. The Kid take kind of threw me off because this feels like PinkPantheress is trying to be her age, like 24. It feels more like that. Like
She feels younger than that. This felt like 1920-ish.
It's
those felt
like
like
club
the past
records. Like
projects.
this feels like the most adult I've heard PinkPantheress. Like I've
do
never heard
drugs to these
PinkPantheress reference sex. I've never heard PinkPantheress reference drugs.
She said
I never
nigga.
heard Exactly. I've never. She whispered nigga.
Oh yeah,
It
She
was the
didn't say
faintest
it. She
nigga
didn't
on
say it.
earth.
she had. Oh yeah, when she was
That's
that
how
on
I
the
step
song when
on
she had the NLE
niggas.
chopper sample.
No, it was
No, it was
what's his name?
Nardo Wick.
Yeah, Nardo Wick.
No, wait, that's what I meant.
She
Not
said that's how
NLE.
I step on niggas.
No,
So what was
it was
that?
like
What was
how they
that?
doing the TikTok comments where
Yeah,
it's
she
like
says
normal and then the font just gets small as hell. That's how she did it. She's like, that's how I step on it. I was like, what the fuck?
The fine print.
I
You
like
can
that
say
song.
it.
That was hard. That was hard. I like how she brought
You
in
can
Nardo.
say it.
That was my favorite song actually, Noises. But yeah, I thought it was her most adult offer. It's like a young adult offering. I didn't think it was teen. I thought it was
It's like late teens, like very early 20s. Like if you are,
But it didn't feel coming of
if you're
age.
like an upperclassman in college, like you
That's
probably
like
growing out of
22.
this. 21,
21,
22, you're
22.
growing out of this.
It feels like
Once you're
like a prereq
once
to like a brat summer. Like you're not ready to have a brat summer. You're not doing coke, but here's the Pink Panthers. Smoke some weed. Try edible for the first time. Go out to the
Right.
Pink
Take some
Panthers. It feels like
shrooms,
that.
right?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was solid. I would say give it like a Pitchfork score high 7. I thought it was fun mixtape. I think
high 7.
her
You're
labeling it
generous
as a
with these
mixtape.
ratings.
Her labeling it as a mixtape saved it a lot because like she's just having fun. So you can't really critique it like an album. Like she said it's a mixtape. You got to take it at face value of it just being a fun project. I think it delivers on
It's a
being
good
a fun
mixtape.
project. Like it's just a fun project. So like mid 7, like it's not definitely not like that first project, her debut album. But again, that was an album. Uh, so I just wasn't really expecting that much. As long as she delivered on like the funness of it all, and I think she did.
Yeah, when it comes to Pink, for me, it's just like I'm so locked in on the production because that's like the most amazing part of it for me. Obviously, her vocals and the fact that she's making more like songs, and the arrangement is crazy. But just production wise, like every project, it feels like what's the game Mario, right? Where you eat the mushroom, and every time you eat the mushroom, you
Yeah,
get
it
like a
felt
little
like a
bigger.
Mario. That's what I meant. That's a good thing. Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
I never said it's a Mario music. I just said it seems like I'm comparing PinkPantheress to a character when you eat the mushroom and you get like a bigger Mario, and then you eat like
You
another
get like a
mushroom and you
boost,
get
a
like
speed
big ass
boost.
Mario. No, you're just like massive. So yeah, I guess you can like move through things. Like I think you can hit the little like little brown things that look like turds. Like you can just run through them. Like you don't have to like. Regardless, bro, I'm not explaining the Mario shit, but you
This nigga
get
was really
bigger and
locked in
bigger
on
and
Mario.
bigger. Nah.
Niggas getting pissed at chance because he didn't know the Mario lore.
Yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick right now. But nah, you eat the mushroom. You eat a mushroom along the course, and you just get bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's like Dragon Ball Z. I think where it's like Super Saiyan. Like you like lock in, and like you just get like greater. And I feel like Pink Panthers is just like unlocking new abilities, like in her skill tree or whatever with every album. Like she's done the sample thing before and shown that she's like good at like garage music, but like her ability to kind of mesh like the UK garage sound with like the Brat Summer, Charlie, XEX, like current sound, house, whatever. And then like Chance said to slow it down at the end with like the Nice to Know You. That final 3-song run, like I really, really like that run. It's Nice to Know You, and the single Stateside, and then the final song Romeo. I thought those were just really, really, really solid songs. Like she's getting better. Stuff like the Nardo Wick sample, it just shows that she can have fun with it, and she can kind of do this when she wants. It really reminded me damn near of I don't know why my brain works like this, but like Yeezus when Kanye throws in an on site, that's like the most fucked up song sounding, production wise, and then he throws in that sample for like that one bar, just to kind of like let you know, like, nah, I can still sample if I need to. I'm just kind of having fun with this song. Just like a really tongue-in-cheek move. So like shout out PinkPantheress. 9 songs, 20 minutes. If you're doing some chores, if you're on the way home, it's really, really easy listen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what settings I'll play this in other than like cleaning or like doing some mundane shit, maybe some FIFA. But cool project. I'm still waiting to like, I don't know if there's a bigger gap with an artist whose music I love, but I'm not pressed to see him in live, Like I'm not pressed to see PinkPantheress live. I'm like afraid damn near. Am I tweaking? Have you seen her live?
Wait, have I seen her? No. I was supposed to see her at Flog, no, but then I had to leave early. But I think just seeing videos of people who have seen her live, I think it would be best to see her. You got to see her at a cool venue, at like a DJ type situation, almost like one of those type settings, not at like a actual show. Because then she's kind of, I think she's in the Summer Walker family tree of like having some anxiety when the crowd is like too large, and she actually talked about it on her Zane Lowe interview, like why she dropped off the Olivia Rodrigo tour. And she was like, I can't go over 10,000 people. Like, she shaved her head, and she was like, I was just having a mental breakdown. Like, I can't perform in front of all those people. So I think her popularity is going to make her kind of perform in front of thousands of people every night. So I would try to catch her like at a random like after show concert type shit, and that would probably be a better Pink Panthers experience. But yeah, I would steer clear
Damn.
from the
Okay.
actual tours.
Interesting. Yeah, that's my fear. There's a couple artists like that, but I feel like Pink is like the gap is by far the largest in terms of like how much I love your music versus like how like little urgency there is for me to see you live. But it's fun. It's fun music. The sequencing is also really really good. I don't know. I think she's talked about that before about track listing and caring about track listing. I think she might have spoken about it in that Zane Lowe interview, but or maybe the significance of albums and stuff like that. But I know she also just recently tweeted that she like did some research in the history of track listing and sequencing and how to make sure songs flow together. So it is a really, really smooth listen, like 1 through 9. Um, just well executed project, probably similar to Taj. Mid to high 7.5, 7.6.
These are generous. I'm thinking mid 6. Just
Cause
like
like
me though.
that's because like you don't like the music. Like you don't think you'll have environments where you can listen to the music, but that can't really be how you judge it.
That's not necessarily the case.
Just next time you're in New York, just go out to hit elsewhere in Brooklyn, and you'll be like, okay, this is a mid 7. I now see
Nah,
the setting. I see the
they're
setting where
not.
this
They're
has to
not
be
paying no.
played.
They're paying Pink Panthers in like Chelsea. No, not
They're
that
playing.
Brooklyn.
They're playing Pink
They're
Panthers in
paying her
Brooklyn.
everywhere.
This is literally like the most Brooklyn late night club project possible.
Well,
And
when
my point is like there's a
we're in
lot of other
Williamsburg.
peers that are making music like this and it's not as good as this. So I gotta give her the credit.
Good stuff. All right, finally, R&B girlies. I guess we should start with SAILORR, bro. She is kind of the newest on the scene. She's been dropping. You can call them EPs. They kind of been recycling, same handful of singles, adding another one here or there. But this is the full length project. We got probably what is it, like 12 songs? Let me see.
14.
Got 14 songs. One of them is a skit, so we got probably like 8 new songs that you probably haven't heard before on here. And you kind of get a full taste, 30 minutes. This is a good offering. This is what I
Pause.
think you should do. If you're coming out with your debut, if you're SAILORR, like 30 minutes, 8 or 9 new songs. Let's do it.
Okay, how do you like the
How'd you
songs?
like it? Yeah.
Like, damn.
Loading up the main event.
Yeah, I mean, look, from Florida's finest SAILORR, I liked it. I was impressed, particularly on, songs like Soft Girl Summer, Sincerity. Thought Down Bad was good. Belly was another good one where, she kind of dives into this more vulnerable side. We kind of see her slow things down a little bit, really getting her back, which is, honestly, I think, that's where she should continue to explore, to dive deep into, to build some depth as an artist. In future projects, I would encourage her to dive more into those pockets. Definitely some vibes on here where it's just like, more fun. Like song like how you pronounce this? Ida Kamasu.
Sounds like you did a pretty good job.
On
I
the
don't
hook,
think I
she
can
was
do better.
on the hook. She pronounced it as like "Ida Macanize." That's how the hook said.
Economize. Yeah. Track 9. Where she's more fun. I don't like that bag as much, but I get it. But yeah, that's really my pocket. Like, Pookie's Requiem, even though that's a single, like I like when she's in that vibe where it's like let's slow things down, let's get a little bit more grown, really showcase the vocal talent because I think she can sing. So only thing I didn't like on here was Girls Girl is bad. If we could just strip that, that would be my only critique. Like this can't make the track list. But it was solid, man. I would be in like the mid sixes on this one. Like good stuff from SAILORR.
I didn't hear all of it, and I didn't want to really skim through it. I'll just like listen at some point. What ended up being the case with "Give Me That Lug Nut"? Like, what was the?
It was a skit.
It's just a skit.
Oh, okay. Woo.
Like they don't need a man to change their tire or something. I don't know.
I don't think it was
Is that like an allegory? I'm like,
like give me that lug nut. Like we could do it. I don't think it was that deep, but that's what I got from it.
Okay. I mean, I listened to the singles. The singles were okay. Definitely made me like want to tap in. So I will tap in this weekend. But is it like a needle mover for you guys? I mean, what do you think is? Because I mean, Chance, you talking about saturation. Is it? Is it gonna get hurt by the saturation, or do you think it can stand out because there's so much bullshit?
Stand out.
Okay.
I think especially with the way she structured it, like, there's enough singles on here to where like you'd be like, you know what, I probably heard one or two of these. There's maybe like 20 minutes, a little bit more of like truly new music that she probably hasn't released before. So I think that's where you need to be at, like in this landscape where, people have probably heard of you on the singles, like, in the R&B space in particular, like you're relatively, popping. So this would be a good intro, like low stakes, can enter in. If I only got 20, 25 minutes on the Uber ride, I can skip through the singles I heard, get a feel for the rest of the project, and it's just like, all right, do I want to hear more or am I turned off? And I think she did enough here to where it's just like, I want to hear more. And I think at this stage, that should be your goal. Like, make folks want to be able to hear more.
Wow, how high
currently
praises.
The highest charting R&B album by a female artist right now on Apple Music. So performing well. I would say fucking Travis. I would say yeah, I'm probably with Chance, like mid 6. It was cool. Nothing like crazy. Fuck this phone.
It's like how he takes his photos.
I think she actually had like chances to like drop something like Done Shaving For You. I like the melody she had on that one. But sometimes she's just like too silly for her own good. It's like the melody on that one was like really hard, but then it's like the song is like I'm done shaving for you. Like like that one had like real like out of here potential just with the beat and the melody she hit. And that was like my biggest takeaway from the project. Like she finds like really good flows, like for singing. Like yeah, the flows catch me.
She gets in some pockets, yeah, for sure.
Like she gets in like really great pockets of just like, oh shit, this is like can easily get stuck in your head. But then
listening.
when it gets stuck in your head, it's like some of the lyrics are just very chronically online, like chronically online lyrics. With some exceptional pockets would be like my tagline for the project. Girls Girl, I didn't dislike it. I liked how she flipped it on her head, because when you hear the term Girls Girl, like what do you think of when you hear the term Girls Girl, Vance? Not having heard the song.
I want to think of like like I don't know. I can't lie. In 2025, I mean, okay, off rip, Girls Girl. You think of like like the Angel Reese, like the beautification. Like you got the nails. Like you're making a song about I don't know, like makeup and being proud of I don't know self-image, self identity.
Okay.
I feel like I'm shooting in the dark right here.
I would say Girls Girl probably mean just like like you a girl's girl. Like if like let's say like if you fucking with a nigga and like you didn't know that he got a girlfriend or something, like he's shicey, he's playing the field. Like
yeah, that's what I was
girl's girl would be like. She would be like if she's like the one who's in the affair, like she's not his girlfriend, like but she wasn't she didn't know, like she wouldn't be trying to fight the girlfriend. She would be like kind of allying with her to like go against this nigga and like he ain't shit. Like that would be a girl's girl. Like she's on the girl's side. Like
Oh, I
the
see
nigga
what you're
kind of played
saying.
both
Yeah,
of them,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
she's not trying to turn. She
She
not
got
about to
she
turn.
got
Like
swindled.
she's not
She
about to.
got
She's not about
swindled.
to be swinging at the girls. Like if she see a girl in the right, regardless of the situation, like they gonna team up.
So that's what the song is
Exactly.
about.
No.
Oh,
Like what Chance said, when you hear girls, most people think like the I'm coming to you as a woman type DMs of like I'm looking out for you. But in reality it was her being attracted to women, saying like I'm trying to steal your girl.
I was
So
about to say in
it was like that.
2025. That's what I was about to say. If I think about it, I would assume that it's going to be some type of like lesbian anthem, something like play on the word, or the phrase. But damn, I should have guessed
That's
that
exactly
one.
what it was. Dude, like she flipped it on her head. She flipped the song on his head. It was cool. It's kind of like that throughout the project. I think my favorite, not my favorite, my favorite is Done Shaving for You just because of that pocket, even though it's silly. But I think the best song of like the potential of Sailor was Your Mother's Son. Because it was like it was her having the most serious lyrics of I'm not good enough for you to take home to your mom, or like your mom hates me because I'm not the girl she thought you would bring home. So I'm like, okay, this is like some deep stuff. But most of the project is pretty silly. Which is
Yeah,
like you could tell from the cover art, it's literally her turning into a cockroach. Cockroach. So I don't know why I would expect super serious lyrics. Uh, but I think this was just a project to help her grow more, not really like my real this is Sailor who I am type project.
yeah. She mentions in the like the Apple Music little write up. She says that I think that in general means play a large role in how we communicate with others. It's a very universal thing. I really, really love just being able to be vulnerable with what I'm saying, but also kind of mask it with comedy. Many of the lowest points on the album find Sailor employing this laugh to keep from crying mentality. That's just how I deal with my own emotions. And so if I can find a fun way to say something, I'll do that. Yeah, it's just like a little she's young. I think she's like 20. So
Sailor's
like
our age.
is she? All right, well, still young.
Chance thinks
Whatever. She's
everybody's young
young.
as hell.
she's still young. A little bit unserious, which I think that would be my critique. Like I agree with Taj to where like she definitely finds great pockets on here that I would like to see her build on with like, just some little bit more serious songwriting, like a little bit more depth, as I mentioned. But as I mentioned, like if you the pockets, which I think is really what R&B is about, just artists being able to find pockets, and the lyrics are definitely important and integral, but if you can find the pocket first, the lyrics are almost secondary. So if she can really find a way to mesh those two together, because she is talented from a vocal standpoint. Like she's a decent vocalist, and can get into to some different pockets. So if she can really just kind of bring those together, she can be serious, I think, in this space. So
Nice, high praises from the very very critical R&B team over here. So congrats, Sailor. You've made it through to the next round. Next, enter Kali Uchis.
Sincerely, called a pop record, but man, this one was, you can just tell she's just, it's all rainbows and sunshine over there in the Tolliver
Oh
household, man. They got
no!
a
Oh
kid.
no! Oh no! 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 I think you've misinterpreted, sir. Oh no! That
Am I
is
missing it?
that is some of the project. Continue your review,
I mean,
because
like, as far as just like the sonically, lyrically, like, you know, it varies, but sonically, it sounded like, I was trying to think of like,
it
it's
is more
like
like
sweet.
bubblegum poppy.
It's a little bubblegum, but it's like slow, it's sweet, like it's a little viscous. It reminds me of like some condensed milk. Like if you ever been
Okay.
if you ever been to New Orleans, it's like Snowball with condensed milk. Like that's how it tastes. Like a little wedding cake with condensed milk. That's kind of what this project reminds you of. It's very sweet, very indulgent, maybe to a fault. Um, I think I wish it in some ways the song, it kind of sounds like one long song, because sonically all the songs are very similar. They have like very similar tempo, very similar performances. And I'm not sure to what extent I like that yet. It is very much different from kind of her earlier stuff that was a little bit more like, upbeat, up tempo, like those type of vibes. But I thought it was solid. I think Callie, she's a talented vocalist. I wish I don't know if it was like me listening to it in a car or whatnot, but I wish there was a little bit more separation in like the vocals. I thought like again with how like lush the production was at times, like it kind of felt like they was melting into one another. But overall, solid. Definitely slower vibes. I think it was probably better than her last project overall, which I was slightly disappointed in. But I would say definitely in a different lane, different pocket than some of her earlier works. Um, so evolution, but you can definitely tell she's in a different stage in her life, the mom life, the little bit of the soft girl life, etc. Madly in love.
I thought it was a very strong project. Probably her most introspective project yet. Definitely went away from the jam-packed features that she had on the last project, like the Peso Pluma, that was gone. And it's really just her on here. I had a bit of a different kind of read from Chance. Like I thought it was actually like, yeah, it's all slower, but if you really like dive into the songs, a lot of them are pretty different. Like they're pretty different songs, and Callie kind of has this ability to make a lot of different songs, and maybe they deceive some people into thinking that they're under the same kind of thing. But she's like really, really talented. I usually don't like when artists can do the, oh, I have 5 6 different types of songs I can make, because usually only 2 or 3 of those styles is really good. But Callie has the ability to make a lot of different types of songs on here. I mean, like even just looking at songs like For You, and I can't remember if it was It's Just Us or Silk Lingerie, but one of them really sounded like a damn near like an R&B record or like some soul record from like the 70s or the 80s or some shit like that. I'm just like, damn, I don't know what other artists could kind of get away with this right now. So a lot of credit to Callie for like sonically how I thought it shifted throughout. And then, you have songs at the end like I Love You So Much It Hurts, where she's kind of just talking about, the good side of love, but also like the bad side of love. And there's kind of like that theme of duality throughout the whole project. So just a lot of introspective thoughts from Callie, which I thought was really cool, pretty vulnerable. Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a lot of, I can't remember the name of that Ariana Grande project from last year. Let me find it. Eternal Sunshine. I think that was the name. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine. It reminded me a lot of Eternal Sunshine because like before, Ariana had like more of the pop stuff, more of like the super charty kind of stuff. The big singles, the big features, and then Eternal Sunshine. She kind of bought it back, stripped it down a little bit, and really kind of got into the songwriting bag. Talking about like the happy side of kind of getting over the past breakup and kind of being content with where you are now. And I thought it was very similar thematically to this Cali project. So I was a really, really big fan. Really, really big fan.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm gonna go ahead right now and throw it it'll be in my album of the year talks, end of the year. It's great. It reminded me like Callie, it's like graduation season. Like she's graduated to like the Cleo Soul bag. Like this reminded me of that Cleo Soul mother, when she like just had her kid and she went like heavy singer and songwriter. It was like, damn, this project almost feels like too intimate, like so soulful to even be out there. Like, damn, like this is really like a spiritual connection between, like, you could tell she wrote all of these from the heart. And that was like what the project sounded like. And it was like not going for the pop, not going for like the this has to be playlisted here. It was just like spiritual. I just had a kid. I'm in love. And I like read interviews like of I think her mom passed. Yeah, she had her kid, then her mom passed like 1 week after, or like shortly after. So she just talked about the mood she was in while writing. So it was like coming from like such an intense, like introspective love lane while writing it. You can hear it when you're listening to it. of like, damn, like she's really locked in. Like this was my third listen on Thursday night dash Friday morning, and I was like, I literally stayed up. I was like, damn, I can't go to sleep. I'm on track 8, and she was like really going crazy. So it's a great project, really intense. I think Chance said listen in the car. The car is not the setting. This is
Yeah,
like
the
a
car's
late
not the
night.
same.
It's like a late night, dark outside. Everybody sleep. I'm not checking my phone. I'm just listening to music. This is like one of those type projects. But it's really good.
Yeah, a lot of depth to this one. That was just first impressions. I thought it was solid. But I'll definitely be checking this one out more. It's just, I think that was a good analogy, like the Cleo Soul. Like this one will take, some more intimate, intense listening. A few mull overs to really appreciate. But I still like my analogy. It's like condensed milk. Like it's just sweet
All right,
and
bro.
sultry and salty.
Shit, there's
Good.
so many other things than condensed
Says like
milk
everybody has condensed milk just sitting in the fridge.
Right. Household item.
It's like red velvet cake, man. It's like red velvet cake.
There
Rich.
you go. More people would know what that is.
You know what I mean? It's like rich, layered, depth of flavor. So, all right, finally, man, we got, one of my favorites, bro. OVO's own Naomi Sharon. She dropped the only one, the only love we know EP, follow up to her debut album, On the Wall, Obsidian, from last year. Right out the bat, man, Bittersweet. The vocal performance on that song is special. Really good stuff. Really rich. Will definitely be in a rotation for a minute. I like her music, bro. Very calming. I would. It's similar, like feel vibe to kind of some of the stuff that was on the Cali project. Like just a singer songwriter type album, type project. I don't know, man. Good things to say about this one, but that Bittersweet, I'm stuck on that one. That's by far my favorite. That will make the playlist. We'll be back. We'll be revisiting. Good stuff from Naomi Sharon though. Just good stuff from the R&B camp across the board this year.
I wasn't as big on Bittersweet. I think it was the male voices kind of threw me off. Like those random guys.
A little samples or whatever.
Yeah, that threw me off. I really like Soft Like Dawn. Soft Like Dawn was insane. I like that song. I just had to check because I was like, damn, listening to the project, I was like, this feels longer than the Pink Panthers, even though it's an EP, and it was, in fact, longer than the Pink Panthers. So that's funny. But yeah, another good offering from Naomi Sharon. It's just like a EP. Like, I guess I don't follow her on social media or anything. I assume it's like a holdover in between something. Yeah, I'm interested. I don't really know. What's your ceiling? What's your ceiling and floor for a Naomi Sharon chance?
Ceiling, I think Snow Allegra would be a good comp. Like,
See it?
like she is known, like she can get some pretty big features, but she's still in her own lane, kind of doing her own thing. Like not global mega star, not stadium or even probably arena tours, but can sell out, decently sized venues. Like has a a consistent following. Floor wise, I would probably go like kind of where she is now. Her OVO contemporaries, like a Majid Jordan, like a where if you know you know. Definitely make good music. Has like their own pocket, their own lane, but probably will never really go global. Probably will never,
Damn, she's Ron
So you
Holland.
think
reach the true
You don't
masses.
got too many expectations.
So kind of where she at now. I think her floor is kind of where she at now.
You think she has those feels again in her? You think she has one of those in her?
Potentially.
Would you bet on it that she drops one of those?
I mean, that's a really good project, but I think she has that type of trajectory. I think she can get there for sure. I thought Obsidian was really good. Hence why I have it on vinyl, but that was a really good project. That showed that she can do more than just 6 songs like she showed on this EP. Like, yeah, she can do a full length LP that's interesting from start to finish. So, yeah, I think that's possible.
I don't know. I mean, I was just curious what the chances of her crossing over and like going from like you said, the Majid Jordan, the if you know you know type artist to like a
It's all about
there's
aura,
no
bro.
way you didn't hear this.
I think she got aura. Like she
I think
do.
it's too much aura.
It might be a little too much right now. She definitely got to put herself out there more, but I think she definitely has that like that kind of mysteriousness, that kind of calmness. I think she's pretty, like like just image wise, she has a solid image. So I don't see why like she can't get there. Because that's like as much
OVO.
as the music is important, like we already know in the R&B game, like that's probably the other half of the battle, is just the image.
You'll have to ask questions, label questions at some point because she is talented, and I get the slow rollout, and I get it. But like Taj said, I mean, the hope is that this is a holdover for something else because otherwise, it just seems like this is wasted early years. It's like let LeBron out of Cleveland. Let
She's the
him
only
win.
OVO artist not to get the Drake cosign, like Drake, as far as music. Like I've no Drake
Drake hasn't hopped
feature.
on any of her songs.
Yeah, no, she's literally the only OVO artist I could think of. But Drake hasn't done that with. He's done it with Smiley. He's done it with Roy Woods. He's done it with Majid Jordan. He's done it with Party. He's done it
Everybody.
with Four Backs. Like he gave everybody a shot. Like here's your introduction to the world. And Naomi Sharon is arguably second most talented of everybody I just named. Hasn't gotten that yet. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the
Maybe she don't
Smiley
want
Drake
it.
happening before Naomi Sharon Drake. Come on, bro.
Shout out
I get it.
Smiley.
I
He did
love
a What the Hell
Smiley.
remix.
Wait, he did?
Yeah, hilarious guy.
Is it good? I gotta hear that, bro.
It's Smiley. It's a
Why'd you
hilarious
say
guy.
that? That means it's great.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, a lot
reviews.
of R&B. They had even more. We're not gonna get into it. I don't think we had a chance to touch it all, but maybe we'll talk about it at the mid-year, bro. I encourage everybody to check out Lover's Paradise, Isaiah Falls. Nippa dropped the project. Hope she hears this. Erica DeCassier, Lifetime. So
What, she dropped a single, Erica?
Dropped the project. Fully produced and written by her.
Whoa.
yeah, so there's been a bunch of R&B music, not to mention the Coco Jones that we talked about weeks ago. Summer has been dropping singles. We got Burning Blue, Mariah the Scientist. So
Going crazy.
man, I don't know what's in the air right now, but the R&B is bubbling. I don't know if they're trying to get it all before the summer, and maybe they think some of these will stick into the summer. But I'm surprised. Like it's interesting timing, springtime, I guess.
Amazing.
I mentioned it so much. I love Naomi Sharon. Bittersweet. Play that.
All right, last words. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Podcast. Follow us on the socials. It'll pop up somewhere, either in the bio or on the screen. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Really want 100 subs. We're like so close, just right there. I might just create
I gotta
4
promise.
YouTube accounts.
I gotta promise a gift, bruh. Oh wait, yeah, we can do that too. We can bottom out. Hold on.
Free soccer football lessons. We're about to offer masterclass lessons. Free soccer football lessons with Vance. Cooking with Chance lessons.
You get a choice.
You take your pick for the 100 sub, whatever you want.
Taj will
But
teach
yeah,
you
subscribe to us
basic
on
coding.
YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's my last words. I'll play my Unheard for the intro. You would have heard it by now, but it'll be Zuko versus the world made.
Podcast over, dog.